Bitcoin is reaching all-time highs, and many people are now considering which passport to buy with their profits. In the CBI's market, whether by deception or merit, there are often issues when your proof of funds is in crypto or if you intend to pay in crypto, but I'm going to tell you which programs do accept it. First, El Salvador, with a donation of $1 million in BTC or USDT that goes directly to the government's wallet. You don't even need to convert your crypto into fiat to obtain the passport in less than 6 weeks, under a month and a half, making it the fastest citizenship by investment program in the world. Under this program, you can include your spouse and your children up to 18 years old, or they may allow a higher age if they are financially dependent on you, such as if they are still studying or unable to work. It's true that for the current price, you could get better passports, better citizenships. It wouldn't be my first choice with a $1 million budget, but it's worth mentioning that if El Salvador continues in the same direction as it has in recent years, we shouldn't be surprised if it keeps gaining visa-free travel options and in the long term, potentially access to a STAP program for the US. Now we move to the Caribbean with the 5 most famous programs. If we have to highlight one as the most crypto-friendly, it would be Antigua and Barbuda. Although for now you can pay in crypto, which would be certainly solve of the payment issues in the region, it can be accepted as proof of funds, as finance solvency, and you only need to sell after your letter of approval has been issued in order to make the donation or investment, depending on the selected option. Currently, if you choose the donation option, the minimum price is $230,000, which with legal fees, government charge, and due diligence can go up to between $270,000 and $280,000 more or less if you are a single applicant. If you are a family of 4, it could come to around $300,000. What I like about this program is that unlike its competitors, you can include parents over 50 years old and siblings of any age, as long as they are single. The government promises to issue the passport in 3 to 4 months, but like all Caribbean countries, there are delays. St. Lucia is the worst, with cases taking up 20 months. Antigua tends to deliver in 10 to 12 months. Along with St. Kitts, it has one of the best reputations in the region and also some of the strictest requirements. You must visit the country for 5 days per year during the first years in order to retain the citizenship and to renew your passport with a 10-year validity. Many people won't like this, but I sincerely believe that this requirement might make it more difficult for the European Union to revoke their visa-free access, as it's trying to do with all investment programs. Now I want to mention several countries that offer citizenship by investment, but through the exception modality. For instance, Serbia, where through donations or investments you can obtain citizenship in under 3 months. They don't have an active citizenship by investment program, but their contributions allows for expedited naturalizations of candidates who make a significant contribution to the country. I encourage you to fill out the form in the descriptions if you're interested in this option, because it's not easy to secure the right connection in each country, and not everyone can offer this to you. You can obtain it through a donation of between $300,000 and $500,000 plus legal fees, all within under 3 months, and completely unnoticed by the world with a passport that doesn't have the purchase smell. You can also start a company in Serbia, hire many locals in undeveloped area with a project that brings great value to the country, and they will grant it as well. In fact, we obtained the letter of naturalization for a European client in less than 3 weeks, which is remarkable considering the time frames usually involved in obtaining a citizenship. In upcoming videos, I will explain the entire procedure so that you know all the steps in detail. Serbia is not in the EU, which I consider a plus, and for now the passport's quality is very similar to that of El Salvador, at half the cost or less. Next is Hungary, one of the best passports in the world, with one of most pro-family policies and traditional culture, something that's disappearing from the rest of Europe. Again, this is not a transaction where you simply buy a passport or a citizenship. Here you need to invest in the country, in businesses, in hiring, in improving the country in some sector for at least 1 million euros. As with Slovakia, the process is not simple or easy, but if you look at the quality of these passports, they are absolutely worth buying because they grant you access to nearly every country in the world without a visa. Their value is comparable to that of Malta's program, which many citizens from countries like Venezuela, Haiti, Iraq, Iran, Russia, cannot access. Here, everything depends on your application and the investment made. However, your solvency or proof of funds can be in crypto. It would be then converted to fiat, and the entire required process would be carried out to finally obtain the citizenship. Now let's talk about one of the most crypto-friendly countries in the world for directly buying citizenship with crypto, and that is Vanuatu. It's not the best passport available, quite the opposite. In fact, it's a fairly weak one and is losing visa-free access to major blocks like the Schengen area because they don't check criminal records, proof of funds, or applicants' citizenships. All they care is about getting the money. Currently, most applicants are Chinese, Russian, or Indian individuals seeking to improve their freedom of movement, reputation, or visa-free access. It wouldn't be the first passport I would buy if I had to purchase one, but it could be a good option for building trust or fiduciary structures. After all, who is going to know you have something set up in Cook Islands with the Vanuatu citizenship unless you go around telling people you hold that citizenship? You could potentially build a fairly solid corporate structure for added protection, although on the banking side, you would have to find a bank that would accept you, which wouldn't be an easy task. It's one of the cheapest and fastest passports on the market, ranging from $140,000 to $160,000, including legal fees, donation, and government charges. The whole process takes less than 16 weeks, that is 4 months. If you are interested in acquiring a second citizenship, I invite you to look at the form and select which citizenship you are interested in from or the ones we can obtain.